Free audio post-production by Alphonic.com.
Down in the Shire, it's time to fish or cut bait, as they say. Craig Fitzgibbon, been there 4 years, pretty much kept the same squad, bar one or two changes in that time. This is a coach that previously I have, commented here and socially many a time that he could have his pants pulled down for all the loyalty that he shows players. I mean, it's professional sport, it's week-to-week combat, and perhaps Cronulla have the most loyal and goodwill coach in the game. Well, currently, he's having his pants pulled down in season 2025, and most Shark supporters who have observed what's been going on there for quite some time, unsurprisingly so. We've almost been waiting for this period of time. Look, unless at Cronulla there has been injury, suspension, or a player moved on, and there's been very few of those, since he took the reins over down in the Shire, he pretty much keeps the same squad. Doesn't flick anybody. It's only out of necessity that he changes the team. So he's gone all in on a group of players, essentially 17 of them, and believes he can get the job done with the cattle that he's got. So much so that a lot of these players that are currently going around in first grade re-sign deals. Now, just like many other teams in the comp, the Sharks aren't, on their lonesome here, but they're incapable of playing 80 minutes. They've done it twice this year, but over the last few years, there's been several games where they've won in a canter playing 50-odd minutes of quality football, and that's been enough to beat, almost three-quarters of the competition before we get to September. They missed a golden opportunity in the first year that Nicho Hynes played halfback, and Craig Fitzgibbon had them by losing a home final by 1 point in Golden Point to the Cowboys. That was a very, very big blunder. And then the following year, they did the same thing on home soil as well in a semi-final against the Roosters. It's not surprising that this team is actually losing games, albeit surprising to some. Talent just doesn't win you football games. All the effort areas do. And you've got to be relentless, unwilling to waver from the task at hand. And there's just too many players in this footy team that are incapable of doing it. And the reason I say that is that they've showed it over the last 4 years. Now, talent will get you so far, but it won't guarantee you a finals win, and it won't guarantee you certainly to hold up the trophy. Look, he's gone all in on this team, and I think it's time that he needs to fish or cut bait, meaning he's got to either look at this logically, take the coach's cap off perhaps, and listen to others externally in and around him, more so from people outside the club, who can observe things in the cold light of day, and he needs to make some changes to revamp their season. Otherwise, it's completely gone, and he will have to take the responsibility for it because he's the head coach, and he's kept the same squad almost to a man together over the last 4 years. So it's under his tenure and under his watch. He picks the team. I mean, there's a joke around the Shire among Sharks fans that we have Team List Tuesday in the NRL. Well, we call it Same List Tuesday. Same team Tuesday. Nothing really changes. Now, the Sharks this year should have already learnt by now that you can't play 40, 50 minutes, 70 minutes. I mean, there's been games this year that have been beaten on the bell, in the last play of the game. So in the areas that matter the most, especially when it comes to the end of the year, they struggle in. And I've always said for some time that you can have all the talent in the world, but this particular side are weak between the ears. Their footy IQ sometimes is bewildering. And, they're not prepared to fight over a bone. That 2016 grand final winning side would laugh at some of the attributes that this particular side has. I mean, it's all good and well to, score the flashy tries, put 40 points on, 40 to 30, 32 to 20, but they can't knuckle down. Their defence, is way off. And they just seem like a team who, on the odd occasion, they're prepared to roll up and go into battle. And most weeks, they only want to win footy games playing 40, 50 minutes out of the game, sometimes 60 if they're stretched to it. And point in case last week against Melbourne. Now, that is the hardest road trip in the game. I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not even saying that I expected them to win. But for 65 minutes, there are only a few points in it, and then got completely blown off the park by, some really ridiculous conceded tries, soft. 2 in the air. The fullback's got problems and always has in that department. Plays without intensity often. After that, it was shut the gate. It blew out to 30-6, yet for 65 minutes, there was 4 points in it. It's crazy. But that's the team. That's what they've got. And Fitzgibbon needs to seriously have a look at what's going on there. Needs to, I think, revamp the side. They've got the bye, come back and either do it with some different cattle or decide to play a different way. And I suggest for the Sharks that they put all the tricks back in the kitty bag, all the flash slingshot tries from side to side, and just get back to playing some hard, decent football. At the end of the day, it's winning that matters. That's the name of the game, winning footy games, and you've got to find a formula that gets you over the line. And if this is the team that they want to be, then look, just tell the fans and all the other stakeholders that they're going to be a mid-table team. No guarantee of finals football or any aspirations to win a comp, because the way they're playing at the moment and the attitude and what they believe in just isn't working. And it hasn't worked for the last 4 years, not just this year, the last 4 years. The only difference in season 2025 is that the Sharks' best for 40 or 50 minutes a game in previous years was good enough to beat half the comp, but in 2025 it's not. That's the only difference. Other teams have got better, smarter at dealing with what the Sharks throw at them, and the Sharks have got no other answer, seemingly. Over to you, Sir Fitz. Fix it. Time to fish or cut bait.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.